What's good, y'all? It's Timmy Too Dope, and I'm joined today with a very special guest, hip hop artist, producer, actor, Lions fan, Saginaw's only Al James. How you doing, bro?
Man, what's happening, bro? Thanks for having me, man. Really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
no, I appreciate you joining us over here. This is the first of hopefully many interviews over on this channel over here. So thanks for being pretty much the first one.
Definitely, bro. Definitely.
Uh, yeah, first things first, just for clarity's sake and for branding, I guess it's Al James or Al James 989.
AlJames989, all one word for music purposes. I
That's
mean, in the
that's
city,
the official.
people know me as Al James in the city, but because that's my name. But uh, yeah, as far as my stage name, like officially, it's just AlJames989, all one word. That's
Okay.
what you would type in on YouTube or uh, Apple Music, Spotify, anything.
All right, cool, cool. All right, so let's just start from the very beginning. Um, who are you and how did you get your start in doing hip hop music?
Um, Me, who I am, uh, I don't know, man. I see myself as like most people, like a regular dude, I guess. But I guess like I started doing music. Like I guess music is just kind of part of who I am as well, because I started doing it, uh, not recording it, but I've been writing all my life, for the most part, as long as I can write. Basically, I've been writing raps, but even before then, I've been rapping. I've always like rapped along to my favorite stuff. My dad used to rap, so I always knew like his music. So I picked up flow real easily.
Okay.
But yeah, like growing up, I listened to a bunch of just old stuff that was out at the time because my dad was already like he was always listening to that music. So I just came up listening to whatever was current at the time, like late '90s, pretty much. Like
Give us some examples.
yeah, Outkast, definitely. AT Aliens, and both of DMX's first albums, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and It's Dark and Hell is Hot. That was
Also,
like
yeah.
yeah, that those three AT Aliens and those two albums were like that's those are like what my parents called my first words because I was never like a talkative person ever.
Okay.
So like from what they say, they just remember me rapping really.
Do you
But
think do you think those those artists that you grew up hearing in the household, did any of those have an influence as far as your music style today?
oh, definitely, definitely, because I would say my family is like really musical on my dad's side. So I mean, everybody has a musical background in my family over there. So it's like in our household, it was no different for real. Like my sisters was all into music in some type of way, and other than that, we would like huge connoisseurs. Like we had a piano for no no real reason other than the fact that we wanted it in that house. But
So
the
somebody had to learn to play it
yeah,
eventually.
like it wasn't even like a thing where like I got familiar with it, but none of us had piano lessons. Like the more we got familiar with music, we got familiar with that piano, but nobody ever learned to play piano. Like it helps now though, like now that I'm a producer and everything,
I
like
was just gonna ask.
yeah,
Yeah, that definitely has to
it
help.
definitely helps.
Um, let's talk about the present day. Got an album coming up. Was it the 23rd?
Yup, yup, this Sunday.
Uh, for now, I'm here is the title of it, correct?
Yup.
Can you tell me more about that title and what it means to you and why you decided to go with that title for this project?
Um the the album it's an EP, but I put it in the title because people to respect the fact that there's a concept to it, and when you hear it, it'll be you'll understand it a little bit, but it's still kind of the concept is still kind of abstract. It's just a vibe, I guess. but the concept is leaving the planet pretty much. And
Okay.
but for now, I'm here, and it'll get to, when people hear it, they'll understand what that means, I guess. But that the cover art is Saginaw. For anybody not familiar with like what our skyline looks like, that's our skyline. It's not like we're a small town, so it's that's what that is. Our skyline is literally that what's on that cover art. So I
Right.
decided to use that, and because that's like the basis of it. Like for now I'm here, but that don't mean nothing. Like this is just the beginning for the most part.
So it's a little bit of geographical sense, but also a more like reincarnation, maybe kind of
Yeah,
touching on as well.
yeah. Because it's, yeah, in a way, yeah. Because it's like it is very spiritual. Like when you
Yeah,
hear that's pretty much what I'm going for. Uh, because I do look at for now I'm here is like a for now on I'm here mentally. Like I've reached a certain spot in my confidence, I guess,
yeah,
and then I guess in my self awareness where I just look at it like, well, there's no coming down from where I am now. Like I might as well just look at it like this is where I'm at. I don't really even want to go mentally. I don't even want to feel like I'm moving upwards as far as like my head space. I just want to be like where I am. It feels perfect, I guess. So from
right.
now on, I just
Right.
feel like I'm here. I'm stepping into the next level of this physical realm because my spiritual is already on a whole nother level.
Those are my favorite type of titles for albums when it's so, multi-layered.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It could go so many different ways, be interpreted so many different ways. You know what I mean?
mine too, bro. Mine too.
Um, let's talk about. I'm really excited to kind of pick your brain about this. Actually, kind of talk a little bit like last week, I believe. But even
Hmm.
that's where this new project is gonna be dropped exclusively
Yeah,
around
yeah.
Even. So, can you kind of tell the people what Even is and why you decided to make the transition over there?
Okay. Even is just another music platform, but it gives the control to the artist. We're not necessarily going through any type of distribution channels uh, and dealing with their fixed prices on what we should be getting paid for our music and things like that. I mean, you could set a fixed price of your own, but for what I like about it is that the consumer can determine the value because I already look at music as pretty much free in a sense, like we're paying for the service, but the artist isn't getting anything for the most part. So it's it's like what the artist was complaining about during the bootlegging era, when physicals was a thing. So it's the same treatment. It's just now this is legal, So
Mm,
it's just I would like myself and my listeners to get away from supporting the man, I guess,
it,
in a sense. Like in the
it,
music
it,
industry, that the streaming platforms are that pretty much.
yeah, it's basically Even. It really reminds me of more like Out the Trunk. It's kind of coming full circle again, but
Yeah,
online. You know what I
right,
mean? That type
right.
of
Because that's
deal.
because that's why artists like Lil Russell, like
Hmm. Yeah,
those are the guys that kind of like put me onto that, honestly,
yeah.
because you see what
He
they
knocked the
doing on
door
the
down when it comes to that
yeah, you see what
grassroots
they doing on
type
the
shit.
independent level as far as like their core audience. Like they don't need 2 million fans. Like he was just posting, he just got to 1 million, but it's like optics wise, like it would seem like he been had 1 million fans because 1 million fans would get you exactly what he has if all he focused on was streaming. You know,
Right, right,
it's just
yeah.
he could have he was caking off 40,000 people for a long time, and then that just grew and grew and grew and grew, and it's like that's how it should be because really you can make a lot of money off just 1,000 people. I mean, just
Oh
a
yeah.
hundred,
If
but
they're real invested fans, a lot of the streaming fans, whatever, they come and go.
hmm
You know what I
and I
mean?
don't really want people's money. It's just this is a business. So,
No,
but
but yeah, at the end of the day,
yeah,
you do
you
want
know,
to
we
eat
paying for
off of the
music
fame.
anyway. Yeah, we
Right.
consuming what we pay for what we consume anyway. So that's why I just look at it as it's perfect to have the pay what you want thing, because now it's even better than the physical era back when we were buying CDs, where you would want an album, but then sometimes like when Jay-Z got to a certain stature, it was like, man, I don't want to pay $20 for this motherfucker right now. Like,
Right.
sometimes it was like that, So I look at it like some people want the music, but they out here bootlegging, so they might as well just come pay $1 for it. It ain't
Yeah.
gonna be free, but come pay $1. Everybody got $1.
And I mean, as a consumer too, I feel a lot better giving my money to these artists and knowing that they're seeing a majority of it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I don't
Exactly.
bat an eye when it's artists that I thoroughly enjoy, genuinely enjoy, like Al James or like a Mick Jenkins or a Coast Contra or La Russell who's over there. I don't bat an eye paying 10, $20, whatever it is for the project,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And that's, man, I'm real appreciative of that, of people like that, because
Yeah.
um that's another thing. Like, it's not hard to do. Like, it's not hard to support. Even makes they they even make that kind of user friendly. I mean, they have an app and everything. Like, and on top of that,
Yeah.
it's just not local artists on there. Like, it's everybody you can think of dropping crazy exclusive projects just on even. And a lot of it end up coming out on other things, but even sees it first nowadays a lot, as of recent, from what I've
Yeah,
seen. And
that was
people
kind of
been
my next
dropping
question.
deluxe albums and stuff like that on even. It's like your favorite artists on there. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, and what I was hearing a lot about too is like you were saying, it's not just local artists and stuff. It could be an artist over in Sweden or Africa or
Hmm.
wherever. And I was kind of listening to some podcasts about even, and I guess they do like currency exchange too. So that's all baked into the
Yeah.
price, all the
Yep.
card fees and shit, all baked in the price and stuff too. So it's just super artist friendly. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like I said, as a consumer, I don't mind paying money for it. You know what I mean? Rather than a subscription to Spotify or something like that. And that's the other thing
Hmm.
is even isn't a subscription. You know what I
No,
mean? You're just
it's not.
paying directly to the artist, you know?
Right. And then
Yeah, I
on
love
top of
that.
that, you can real deal build a community through there. I mean, in a way. I mean, because even with the album, like, if you just like with any of my singles, if you pay a certain amount, you get a hoodie. It's a Born Crazy and Free hoodies. Also, it's the Bing 989 edition. That's the podcast I'm part of. But
Yeah,
uh,
we got I'm gonna be interviewing Rico a little bit later
yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah, yep, yep. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So what are your tiers right now on as far as this new album or this new EP?
it's just you mean like as far as like the on even?
Like on even,
Yeah,
yeah. Is there a tier just to get the
right.
album? Is there a tier to get the album and
Yeah,
the merch?
yeah. Like, you can just you all you need to do is just pay $1 to get the album,
Just
and
a dollar.
yeah,
That's it.
and then 60 to get the album and a hoodie.
Yeah, that's fire. That's
Yeah,
fire
because
value.
the hoodie is embroidered and everything, so there's like it's real good quality. It's nothing that's gonna fade off or nothing like that. I
Yeah,
got one that's old as hell, and I still wear it.
yeah. Because we've all bought merch where you run it through the washer 2 times and
Yeah,
that bitch falling
yeah,
apart and shit.
yeah.
Yeah. How many songs on this new EP? And are you doing production on any of them? All of them? Just a few?
I produced all of them.
All of them.
Uh,
Oh,
I was gonna get some features, but I didn't get any features other than because it's hosted by Rico Ruffino, so he's the
okay.
only other voice on there other
Was that
than
a
like
was that a like a personal choice or kind of just ran out of time, just wanted to put it out
it's just
as far as no features?
like a no, it's just my thing. I like most of my projects are like a vibe that I'm going for, and then I already know what I'm trying to achieve, so I'm never really thinking outside of myself as far as like what do I need for this song. Sometimes that normally comes like when I'm out of project mode, when I'm just making a certain, like normally when I'm doing music for other people, it's because I thought of them first. I mean,
And
like if I'm
through
making music, I rarely think of people.
a MC perspective, or you think that way as far as producing too? You have other people in the mind when you're producing as well?
Um, I guess when I'm producing, it's this, it's like this because I'm more of like I started producing because I wanted my own sound, basically. So I started producing for myself. Like it was never to sell beats or anything like that. So
Okay.
when I make music with people, as far as producing for them or just even getting a verse for somebody from somebody and throwing them on a beat that I have, which I consider producing for them in a way, uh,
Yeah.
it's normally because I thought of them first. Like I want to do something with him. So let's,
Right.
you
Right.
know, it's rare with, I mean, I got a song with 100 Grand that was like, I knew I wanted somebody on it, but it was because it was like I was working on it in a studio with a lot of people, with a lot of artists in there. So it was like, I'm making this. You want to hop on this, bro? Like it was one of those type of things. But uh, I think it's because I'm by myself most of the time when I'm making music. So I'm
Yeah.
normally just trying to knock it out.
Do you feel like you have that? Because you said when you first started, you were trying to find like your signature sound or your own sound or whatever. Do you feel like you have that now?
Um, yeah, in a way, I call it soulful chaos. But
Soulful Chaos. I fuck with that.
yeah, but yeah, because I mean I focus on a lot of musical theory, but I like to break the rules a lot to give my own little twist to it. Because I'm still aware of the fact that I've had an ear for music before I knew anything about music theory. I've never had any music classes or nothing like that. Like it's just something that's in me, I guess. I don't know, but I ended up just learning. That was more like self-taught, and just reading, watching YouTube, things like that, learning actual music. But the fact that I've always had an ear for it without that, more so just to make my ear a little more creative, have like to know the terminology is it raises the awareness within your own creativity. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I focus on a lot of that, like soul and the jazz. Like I like those elements, but hip hop for me.
I see you be
So
putting me
you know,
on to some of the what you call Japanese jazz
yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I
I didn't know
learn about so many
how
genres
many.
just from sampling
Yeah,
and shit. But
I
they
had no
teach me a
clue.
lot about how to attack my own melodies.
Yeah. I read I was listening to J. Cole and his manager Eve. They did a little
Yeah,
podcast. I don't know if you listened to any of it or whatever.
not recently. Nah.
Cole was talking about finding his own sound, and I think he asked Pharrell or something about find a signature sound. He's just like basically just do you what sounds good to you. You as an individual are unique enough. So like your sound eventually, if you just combine shit you like, it's eventually just gonna be you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I
that's
think
that's
that
literally, yeah, that is what it is. That's definitely what it
uh
is.
I mentioned in the intro, one of your many titles is actor. I think the
Mhm.
last time that we chopped it up, the last time we were doing an interview was the movie premiere of I
Yeah,
Hate You by
yeah,
B Web.
yep.
Any other acting gigs coming up? Anything we should be looking out
Um,
for? Are you interested in doing more?
I'm definitely interested in doing more. I have been low key hit up by some. I'm not, because I know how movie directors are. I'm not gonna say any names,
Yeah,
but I have been hit up by some other local guys and about doing some future productions and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to do some stuff on my own too because I just got the acting bug and everybody got a camera, so fuck it,
yeah. What
So
about even like music videos and shit?
exactly,
You
that's
thought
kind
about
of what I
directing?
incorporated in my music videos. Now I do. Um, I'm actually getting ready to go shoot something later on today, but even like like with the Born In
You just
video.
gonna keep it at you just gonna keep it at something? You gonna let us in a little bit? What we
Yeah,
got?
yeah. It's more of like it's more of like a promo for the album. It'll be a
Okay.
song that nobody heard yet, but but I'm gonna be dropping that pretty soon, like
What's your favorite song on
this
the
week.
album?
My favorite song on the album is I don't know. I like them all, bro. I love them all, bro. It's a song
Is
called
Born In gonna be on there?
No, nope,
It's not. That's
no,
just
no.
a loose
I
leaf.
kind of I did that on purpose. Yeah, I did that on purpose
Yeah.
because simply because for me is I wanted to challenge myself as far as like what can I make, because Born In would actually fit right in, but I wanted to challenge myself and actually just make something fresh and current to what I was feeling right now, because everything that
How old is Born In?
Born In was like Born In is like a year or two old. When
Oh
I
wow.
actually did the video for it, it was about a year old. So,
Damn.
so yeah,
So you've had that for a minute.
yeah, yeah. Because even the stuff I was talking about in there, um, a lot of the things I ended up like the things I was talking about, wondering about, and like I ended up finding out about later on. A lot of I mentioned my one of my brothers in there
Mm.
about his health and everything, and he ended up passing before that song came out.
Condolences.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Um, Couple more questions before we get out of here. I won't hold you up too much longer. But you mentioned Rico. Who is
Mhm.
Rico Ruffino, and what has he meant to your music journey so far?
Man, honestly, on a personal level, Rico is like my brother, but uh, on the business side, I don't know. I think we got close on the business side because of the personal side, but the and we just to see that we both kind of got our heads on our shoulders about the shit and what we're trying to do. So I kind of choose him. I want him to do all my mixtapes and stuff like that now. Like I tell him that too. Like because sometimes he don't even want to. I don't know. Like sometimes he be acting like he don't want to do it, but I want him to do it. So and he ended up fucking with it later on as we get to doing it. Like he was he know he be tripping, but yeah,
How
that's
many have y'all done so far?
done his mixtape first. I was on I'm Trapping Mixtape Volume 1. And
Okay.
then from there that's where our relationship grew pretty much. And then he did Off the Grid with me and Charlie Red.
Shout out Charlie Red.
Yep. And now he's doing this one. So that'll be two with just us, but three altogether that we've done to like that we've actually collabed on.
Yeah, love seeing that type of shit. Anytime it's like somebody hosting somebody's mixtape or a producer, rapper duo, just to see them grow over time,
Hmm.
and just you can look back at the first one and go, damn, we came a long ass way. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Just growing that chemistry
cause
or whatever.
cause bro he just he he he's always done the podcast. That's what Rico do. He do the podcast
Yeah.
and everything. But and I'm on the Bing 989 with him. But he's like a really captivating personality, and I think he know that. Like he know
He do
he's a
damn near
really
everything too,
yeah
it seems like.
he know he's a entertaining personality.
Yeah.
So in a very good way. So yeah, I feel like those days of having DJ hosts, not necessarily DJs, but like, hosts of a project, you know, talking, introducing the artists and things like that, because that was always something. That was something I always looked at as like specific to hip hop. Other genres don't do that. Having some guy from behind the scenes
Yeah.
screaming for you,
Well, I
Rolling
mean, it
Stones, like
even I mean that's a well there's the new Playboy Cardi album, very polarizing album, but one thing a lot of people didn't like about it was DJ Swamp Izzo. was all over it, and he was doing the the mixtape shit,
Hmm.
running songs back and shit. And people hated that, but I feel like
Yeah,
those people of a certain generation, they didn't grow up
yeah,
with DJ Drama and shit. And Funkmaster Flex running shit back 30 times before you heard that
yeah.
shit,
And
the
that,
whole
and I can
song.
understand that. That's why we don't do any of like running it back type stuff. Like,
But
we don't
that
let.
was, I mean,
Right.
I feel like that was just of a certain time. You
I
know what I
love that
mean?
shit though. Like, I
Yeah,
just know like
yeah,
what the consumer is all about nowadays.
yeah.
It's just
I can
I
see
know
both
exactly.
ways for sure.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Like that shit was. It's just some hip hop shit, because we gonna run it back anyway, so they gonna just
Yeah,
let them do it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
then it becomes part of the song, like because I've heard versions without that shit of songs that do that. Like you'll hear the version without it, and it's like, nah, it's supposed to go back at this part. What the fuck? Like what's
Yeah,
happening, man?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Conditioned.
so yeah,
Yeah,
so it's just hip hop, man. That's why I fuck with it. But Rico does that shit so effortlessly in a way, and I don't think he thinks that, but he do. I've seen him do it by now, and he he does it in a way where it's like really genuine. Like what he's saying, it's not rehearsed. It's like it's listen to the song and he play it back and he recording. That's like literally
you
what
don't be
he
doing
do.
hella takes because I heard like DJ Drama be doing like hundreds of takes and just picking
No,
the best ones and
no,
shit.
bro. Like
I
he
just
like it'll be times where like I watch him do it and he'll say like, "You like that? Try it again." Like all right, but then the next time is perfect. It's like he
yeah,
know what I want. Like and he gonna do what he do anyway. So it's perfect, bro. He is he just I need him for that though. Like I love him for that, and
that's
I think
fire.
I don't even understand why he don't get it, but he will soon.
Yeah, just gotta stick with it. Stay on his ass about that shit.
Yeah.
Y'all need to stick together. Uh, I just want to do a couple quotes from Born In, and then we can get out of here.
Okay.
Uh, First one: winning brings out the haters. Just look at the Lions. You don't have to break that down. It's pretty self-explanatory. Where do
Nah,
you
for real
think
though,
where do you think they're going in the draft, and what do you think their future's looking like after that collapse last year?
man. Honestly, bro, where we going in the draft, I don't even know. I'm just excited about it because I say I don't know simply because the team looks so good still, but Brad Holmes is like he
I
all
don't
like
question shit Brad does
yeah, he
anymore.
don't miss, bro.
Yeah.
Like so that's why I'm excited about it. Like it's I can't wait to see what he do for real. And what was the next question
Just
about it?
what do you think the future looks
Oh
like? You think they're back in the
yeah,
conference championship? You think they're missing
oh yeah.
playoffs?
Bro, I look at it like this. Whole, us as Lions fans, we know this, but the outside they don't get it. They don't understand the insides and outs of what the Lions organization is and how this is totally different from
What it used
all
to be.
yeah, like ownership, management, everything, coaching, everything
Yeah.
is totally
Yeah.
different. That's why I feel like that same old Lions thing is dead. Even if we don't go to the championship next year, who gives a fuck?
We'll be back
Like
next.
yeah, we're still always we're never gonna be that again. That's how I see it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that
We got
0
stability
16,
now.
yeah, that 0 16 potential. Like we're never gonna have that again. Like nobody's circling us and crossing us off on
Yeah.
the
We're not
calendar
the
anymore.
homecoming game anymore.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah.
Like that. So even if the next Super Bowl don't come, even if the first Super Bowl don't come till 10 years from now, I don't give a fuck because I went for a
Yeah.
long time thinking it was not ever coming. So now we got a chance. So
That
I'm
ass.
just
I was right there with you. All right, last
yep.
one. This is probably my favorite quote from Born In. You said
Mm-hmm.
towards the end, in the second verse, you said, "Born in it, ain't want the stripes on my belt." You gotta break
Mm-hmm.
that down for us.
Yeah. So being from like in the city of Saginaw, it's like it's different from like the rest of the county. Like it's like a whole nother world. So even as close as the township, like it's totally different. So where I'm from though, it's even more different than a lot of places. You know, trying without going too deep into it, but I just always grew up where in a situation where I would find myself in situations where I didn't necessarily choose them. It was just my environment and or just being a product of where I'm from, pretty much. Like that's why I don't necessarily. I'm not a street guy, none of that. Like I ain't never boasted none of that. Nothing that I've ever done that may be illegal or anything like that. It's just I understand we are products of this shit. So and some gonna be more than others, but that was my point. Like, cause it ain't just about me. It was about me and everybody from here. Like the average person from here, we not into the street shit for real. That's just the average person in the world. We not. That's just what it is. But here, the average person from here, you gotta maneuver through it all. You gonna find yourself in some shit, basically. Like you don't want the stripes that you gonna end up with, but you gonna have them. If you don't
Right.
make it out, that's you gonna have them.
And I think that that really shows through in the music. And like you were saying, I think some of my favorite artists are like those I guess you call them like street adjacent type of
Mm-hmm.
rappers, like Nas, I think would be like the perfect example.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's all the questions I got today, man. I appreciate your time. Any other things you want to get off your chest? Any other things you want to plug?
um, oh yeah. Tonight, Discord, we having a virtual listening party for the album. So everybody just tune in, like come on Instagram, check out my last few posts, go on Facebook, look at my last few posts, and or just DM me and get the link to the Discord. 9 p.m. we just gonna be playing the music, and it's you ain't got to pay nothing. It's just a
You said you
easy.
ain't even got to show your
Yeah,
face,
you don't
right?
have to show your face. You don't have to say nothing. Feedback is welcome, but you don't have to say shit. You can just come in and listen to the music at 9 o'clock. That's what we're gonna be on. Me and Rico on the Discord.
Perfect. The new album, for now, I'm here. AlJames989. Again, thanks for the time, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.